Okay, so this one's a little longer than the dragonfly, so I'll just get right into it. The vulture, the name is also called the golden purifier. So whenever I see the vulture, as I saw it in this video that you can see, it's a good sign. It means it's cleaning things up, right? So I'll get into it. It's kind of long, but I'll get into it. But just for the most part, that's kind of the breakdown. When I see the vulture, it means it's cleaning things up, where its scientific name is even golden purifier. So first, it deals with air, right? So air is symbolic of the mind, thoughts, and intelligence. So first of all, that's kind of what the vulture deals with. So here we go. The vulture is a master navigator of the winds. It reminds us that we might need to go back to the mental drawing board before acting in projects. The vulture also asks us to be patient with ourselves and think things through. They encourage us to be quite sure of how we feel before we enter the arena of our plans. This symbolism is underscored by the magnificent level of patience the vulture exhibits, where they could be riding air currents for hours waiting for the perfect time to descend upon a tasty treat. We all know the vultures are scavengers. This holds keen symbolism for us in that the vulture represents resourcefulness. Some quick keywords associated with the vulture are loyal, serious, patience, tolerance, renewal, equalizing, cleanliness, perceptive, protection, impervious, unconventional, and of course, resourcefulness. We can take a cue from vulture meaning by being conscious and wise about the resources we have at hand. Rather than working hard, we can open our senses to the opportunities already available to us. The vulture does not hunt. It seizes the resources available to it. Of course, this calls for a fair amount of flexibility and perception. The vulture is all about higher awareness. Those who are called to this bird are equally perceptive, maybe even coming into a time of higher awareness. Vultures can spot fresh meat from miles away. In fact, its vision is vastly advanced. Vultures also have an uncanny sense of smell. This kind of bird symbolism prompts us to use all of our senses to navigate in the pursuit of our highest benefit. Bird symbolism of vultures also deals with renewal, specifically the solar aspect of the newness brought about by the dawning day. Vultures open their wings to the sun to dry evening's dampness from their feathers. The sun also cooks off any bacteria and guts lingering after eating, a natural cleansing process. Again, very resourceful, and the vulture reminds us to call upon our natural resources to get the job done. In other words, don't work harder, work smarter. Some cultures like the ancient Iranians, Zoroastrians, and Tibetan Buddhists practice in sky burials in which they would leave their deceased to be picked over by vultures. This was an honorable process as the vulture was a symbol of renewal, and so, in a creative way, the deceased were given new life by their remains being consumed by the vulture. Egyptians recognized vulture mothers as fiercely protective and amazingly nurturing to their young. They also keep their babies much longer, about 3 months longer than most birds. So the vulture is often seen depicted by Nekhbet, the goddess of childbirth and feminine energies. Mother bird symbolism is also seen in the mother goddess Mute, who claims the vulture as her familiar. Both Nekhbet and Mute are protective figures, particularly protective of the young and innocent. So then logically the vulture is a symbol of protection too. In Roman mythology, the vulture was the steed of the god Saturn, dominion over justice, agriculture, harvest, and strength via control. The vulture was also associated with the god Mars, representative of strategy, military, masculinity, initiations, and protection. The vulture was also sacred to Apollo and picks up symbolism of higher knowing, prophecy, and oracle understanding, which plays nicely into the bird symbolism linked to the mental element of air. Native American seers held the vulture's flight pattern as an augury. Shamans of great skill could interpret the language of vulture flight to reveal important weather signs and omens. Native Americans also deemed the vulture as a symbol of renewal and linked it with renewal themes seen in the rising of a new sun every day. The Mayans had their ideas about the bird symbolism. To the Mayan mind, the vulture was observed as a death eater. As a consumer of death, the Mayan felt the vulture could also convert death to life. So the vulture was considered a symbol of cleansing, renewal, and transformation. It's also associated with water, and the vulture controls the rain. This connects that theme of spinning the revolving wheel of life. In their region, droughts were death and water meant life. Vultures were viewed as fearless of death. They stared it in the face and ate death for breakfast. So these were just a few things related to the vulture. Just like the dragonfly, there's tons of information more out there that you can look up. If I find any links, I'll put it. Also, like I said, when I came across the vulture, it was a time in my life when something was starting over. So I relate to the Native American ways, right, and the Mayan ways that it was thought of as a death eater, the end of a cycle, starting something new, the golden purifier, right, bringing just like how as you can see in the video, it spread its wings open for the sun to hit it. That was actually in the morning, even though it said that in the evenings they do that to dry off all the the remains of the dead bodies and everything, so to prevent from growing bacteria and getting sick and all that. That's what they do. I caught that in the morning, so that was as the sun was rising, it spread its wings to greet the new day. So it's a rebirth, death and rebirth. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So yeah, this was just something brief about the vulture as a spirit animal. Okay, thanks for listening. Peace.